Use the physical ideas process. Step 5, next to supersizing for your business. I'm trying to get my light up little coffin with the kitty cat in it there for my friend Victoria, because I know she loves cats and it cracks me up every day. And I'm just going to use it between now and Halloween, but I think it's super cute. And who doesn't like fun things in their background? So today, of course, we're working on physical health and well-being all this month and the physical aspects of our business. We picked one to improve, or we picked a goal to set to achieve by the end of this year. I picked cleaning up my personal workspaces. Why? Because I have actual control over that, and I don't have to, take it to committee or get anybody else's input in it. I can just make it happen, and I can make it work for me, which is what we really want to do, right? We need things that help us, support us, and are in our favor. Well, step 5 of our ideas process, the process we came up with at the beginning of this year to apply to each of the different areas of the life framework, is step 5, next, and for next in the ideas process. Next meaning, what is the next thing that needs to happen? What is the next action that I can take or we need to take as an organization to create the result that we want by the end of this year? Remember, we're trying to fill the gap between where we are and where we want to be. And it's going to take more than one thing usually, right? We don't just usually snap our fingers and it's done. Wouldn't that be awesome? Well, today I was thinking about next and how it applies to different areas and aspects of my life, especially my businesses. And I am creating a school, a Supersize Your Business school community. And sometimes it feels like we're making progress and other times it feels like we're not. And so I decided I'm going to make some changes to what I do every day. And one of those, thanks to my friend Victoria, is to remember to set a daily intention. So what's our daily intention? We're going to set that together every day in the group for a little while and see how that plays out. Or I'm going to set mine, and I hope other people will join in. Also going to celebrate our wins, and we're going to practice daily gratitude. Now, I personally practice daily gratitude, but I don't practice daily gratitude in the group, and I think that's a really powerful thing to do. I also decided my next personal thing for business growth and development, because growing a business is actually the biggest personal development project you'll ever undertake when you didn't think you wanted a personal development project. I'd say that the other one is, and these are definitely not in competition with one another, is being a parent. Being a parent really shows you who you are and helps you to become more self-aware. It's not always pretty. Actually, sometimes it's really ugly. You'll be like, oh my God, that's my Aunt Pat coming through. And you're like horrified. I love my Aunt Pat, loved all my aunts and uncles. But I still love the ones that are living. You know what I mean. But sometimes we see our behaviors popping out with raising kids and building a business that aren't really what we want to exhibit by individually or even especially in front of other people. So I decided I was going to, for a few days, probably in alignment with the 30-day challenge. We're doing a 30-day no-nonsense November challenge. I've done it for a few years now, and I really like it because it allows me to self-reflect and look at what's working, what's not working, what advice, if I were to ask for advice from somebody, do I wish they would have told me 20, 30 years ago so that I wouldn't have had to make all the mistakes I've made to creating my businesses and messing them up and having to fix them, etc. And so I think we're going to look at everyday wisdom from Dr. Wayne Dyer. Great man. And so I love his little books. And I love these little books. They're just like these cards, which I also love. Sharing secrets to success here. Where you pull a card, and for some reason, the card that's right for you seems to pull up every day. I started yesterday, and it was like, okay, try not to control the uncontrollable. Perfect, spot on for me. And then today is if you're feeling negative emotions, it means that you're launching requests to the world and the universe, and you want things to be more smoothly arriving than you think they are. And that's always just our personal judgment thing, right? So that's one of the things I'm doing next. I did reach out and take some actions yesterday toward improving my facility, my personal workspaces, and asked a couple of experts for advice and help and coaching on that. We'll see if I hear from them today. And part of why I like this step in the process is it reminds us that just because we took an action yesterday doesn't mean we stop taking any more action today or doing something today. It means we ask ourselves, do I choose to wait for a response from this action that I took or a result from this action I took? Or am I going to compound and exponentially actually improve my chances of success by doing something else and something else and something else? I try to, when I'm trying to achieve a goal or objective, do something every day to move me toward that, to fill the gap between where I am and where I want to be. And I have found that I get success and I get to where I want a whole lot faster than other people do sometimes, because I am relentless and consistent and I keep taking actions. I learned that from Tony Robbins back in the 1980s, early 90s, about consistent, massive action. So take massive action. Now, doesn't mean I'm going to stress out and have negative emotions associated with that, because if I do, then that's pushing against what it is that I'm trying to create in the world. All right, any questions about this? If you don't know what to do next, hit me up and ask. So I guarantee by the time you ask me, you will know exactly what your next step is. I think of the movie Frozen, Do the Next Right Thing. Anna and General Mateus maybe says that, and it sticks with me. One thing fun about being a grandma is you get to watch all the kid movies and things, and you get to see all the adult messages and life messages in those movies. Some are positive, some are negative, so you have to, be a good adult and monitor some of the things that kids are watching nowadays, because there's some real garbage on television and since there's so many options of things to view, we have to be careful with that. Otherwise kids can get really messed up. All right, any questions? Ask. Otherwise, have an awesome day, and I will of course be with you tomorrow for step 6 of the ideas process. Want to peek at that? It's one of my favorites. All right, have a great day, and I'll of course be with you tomorrow.